Video is a guide on how to create a report of survey responses once you have distributed a survey through OnQ. First, navigate to your course in OnQ, and under the Assessments tab, navigate to the Surveys section of your course. Here I have two surveys. Navigate to the survey that you're interested in doing a report for, and click on the arrow next to the survey name. In the drop-down menu that comes up, you will see that there's a Reports option. However, this will only have the reports that you have already created for your particular survey. In my case, I haven't set up a report yet, so I'm going to go into the Edit Surveys section. Here it brings me to the Properties page for this particular survey. I'm going to navigate over to the Reports Setup section. Once I'm in the Reports Setup tab, I can click Add a Report to create a new report. First, it will ask me to create a name for my report. So let's call this one Demo Report. Next, you'll pick the type of report that you would like. A summary report is going to help show aggregate data. So if you've asked students a number of questions and you would like to see collectively the responses from all of your students, this is the box you will want checked. If you have questions in your survey that are short answer or written response questions, you might also want to check the box that says Show Text Responses. If you don't want aggregate data, you may alternatively check the Individual Attempts section, and this will show you the survey responses for every individual student who completed the survey. For release, this is when you would like the report generated. So if you keep it on the default of immediately, this means that when you go in to generate the report, it will give you the report data immediately. Alternatively, you could select a date and time when you would like the data released. Lastly, in this section, it's asking who you would like the report released to. As a course instructor, you've probably set up a survey for your students, and you'd like to be the one to take a look at all of the data of their responses. So if you're a primary instructor on a course, you'll want to check the box next to Primary Instructor. If this is a course where you also have other co-instructors, you may wish to select the Instructor box as well. This is going to depend on what everyone's permissions are within your course. At the bottom of the screen, you'll select the blue Save button. So now my report is set up, and it shows me the name of my report, the type of report that I've created, and I can save and close this reports window. Now it brings me back to the main survey section of my OnQ course. Next to the demo survey, if I click on the drop-down arrow, I will now see all my options again, and I can click on the reports section. Now the report that I've just created for this particular survey appears in the reports section. If I click on the title of the report, now I can actually generate the report and see all of the responses to my survey. I can narrow down the time frame and indicate which days I would like to look at survey responses. So if you'd like to see all of the responses from your survey, I would set your from date to either the day you release the survey to students or the day before, and then the to date would be the current date that you're generating this report. The gray boxes at the top give you three options of what type of report you would like to generate: a CSV or comma-separated values, an Excel file, or an HTML file. I encourage you to take a look at all three different types of reports to see which one suits your needs. However, I find that a CSV or Excel file gives you the most ability to manipulate the data once you've exported it. So for our purposes, we're going to use a CSV file. Once I click on the Generate CSV button, it's going to ask me where I would like to save my survey. For me, I'm going to save it on the desktop, and it will download right onto the desktop of my computer, at which point I might open it up and look at all of the survey responses.